Then we can transition over to stable money. Is HEX stable money? Then a 10,000x and then a 97% correction. It's not stable money. But yeah, I'll ride it. HEX is going to be the global world reserve currency. HEX would be stable with global adoption. It would be less volatile. It wouldn't be stable. It'd be less volatile. Like Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin's got global adoption, and that's why it only crashes 75-80% instead of 97%, and it only pumps 20x. So it's still like a bad currency though, because people speculate on it, right? After doing like 1,000,000x, Bitcoin did 1,000,000x, and it's not stable. Part of what makes the dollar stable is that it's so inflationary, right? People don't want to hold it. It goes down against everything. No one's holding it for mad gains, so people are willing to spend. The day that HEX becomes stable is probably the day that you're not going to get the mad gains out of that. It's not going to be stable. It's never going to be stable. It's like Apple stock. Is Apple stock stable? It's less volatile because it had more adoption. It's more mature, but it's not stable. Right? Facebook. Let's get HEX to like Facebook, Facebook level adoption. And then we'll talk about global world reserve currency. Okay? Deal? Also, it has a mechanism in it to make it go up in value. Like it pays 38% APY. Like if you're paying, if I give you dollars, right? This is why raising rates is deflationary. If the Fed says we're raising rates to 20%, 23% on your US dollars, are you going to spend the dollars, or are you going to buy bonds with it, right? You're not going to buy stocks. You're not going to buy real estate. You're going to be very frugal because you know you're getting a high yield. It's the same thing with HEX. If you get the HEX, you can earn a high yield on it. Why would you spend it? If you don't spend it, then it's deflationary. Even though more comes into circulation, it's still deflationary, right? Chris A, we are nowhere near global adoption yet. There's 8 billion people here. How many hold HEX? 300,000 wallets or something, a small fraction. I agree. We're not near global adoption. It's true. We are early. The dollar isn't really stable. It's pretty stable when 9% inflation means there's a 9% correction and everyone's going nuts. That's a 9% correction. Bitcoin did a 70% correction. It's pretty stable. With global adoption, yield will top at 3.69 buys, but that's still a lot if you're millions. Spare money to time lock. No, it's not, because that assumes that 100% of the people are staking, and not 100% of the people, 100% of the supply is staked. Especially if it's the world reserve currency, a good amount of it's going to be liquid, right? So you'll get a lot more yield, hopefully, but it's not going to be as high as it is now, right? There's also an OA, and I hate to be like that OA guy, but I don't know if like the people in power are going to be okay with the global reserve currency with like such a significant amount being in the hands of like a private citizen. I don't know though. The Fed is the Federal Reserve. It's not federal and it's not a reserve, right? And they get to hold all the money. So maybe the OA could be the new Federal Reserve, right? People are going to say this HEX, it's corrupt. It shouldn't be the world reserve currency, right? So much of the supply is in the hands of one person, and he's not part of the government. He's not federal, and he's not a reserve. Okay. It's fun to think about, but HEX being a legit currency won't happen. I agree. Yeah, let's not be delusional like the Bitcoiners. Like the Bitcoiners, basically, they have nothing going for them, so they have to create this narrative that's not grounded in reality, that they're going to become the world reserve currency. Anybody that knows anything about money knows that it'll never happen. But they have to be delusional, because that's really the only way to keep their system self-sustaining. So Bitcoin will never be the world reserve currency. It would suck as a currency. And it's for that reason that Bitcoin has done so much price appreciation in such little time. And it would make a horrible currency. So like, let's not be like the Bitcoiners. Like, let's be real, right? It's going to be the world reserve certificate of deposit. HEX could be the world reserve certificate of deposit. Guys, do you have any questions about how to approach the pulsechain launch? Or do you have any questions about crypto security, anything like that? Go book a free one-on-one. Links in the description with me. Schedule it on your own time. You could schedule it on your own time, you know, at a time that's most convenient for you, and it'll be fun. And also consider becoming a Patreon, get access to my trades, my Discord group, meetings every Sunday, 12 p.m. Eastern time with the community, and discounts and many other great benefits, exclusive content, my trades, my portfolio, how I'm navigating the markets. Links in the description. Get in the Patreon. Go support my work if you can, or even if you cannot. And also follow me on Instagram at Furu Finance.